He stands in front of the mirror. A man in his late 60s. Still strong in many ways. But his eyes say something else. He adjusts his collar. Glances down. Then back at his own reflection. And in that quiet moment, he wonders, why don't I feel like a man anymore? Not in the dramatic way, but in the slow, creeping loss of something once taken for granted. He hasn't touched his wife in weeks. Not because he doesn't love her, but because something inside him feels switched off. And he doesn't know why. No one warned him. No doctor mentioned this. And every ad he sees talks about pills, not about habits. But what if I told you? It's not aging. It's not genetics. It might be something you're doing every single evening. A habit that feels innocent, comfortable, normal. But it could be the very thing quietly suppressing your testosterone, draining your masculine energy, and making you feel like a shadow of yourself. In this video, we'll uncover the one daily habit that might be secretly killing your potency after 60. The science behind how it affects your hormones and energy. The real stories of men who changed this and got their confidence back. And what you can start doing tonight to rebuild your strength naturally. Because male vitality after 60 is not gone, it's just buried under bad routines. And no, it doesn't take a magic pill. It takes awareness and the courage to change one small thing. So let's go there gently, honestly, and with respect. You deserve to feel strong, desired, alive. And this might be the video that shows you how. Joe is 70. A good man. Retired plumber. Still mows his lawn every weekend. Still pays the bills on time. Still brings his wife tea in the evenings. But behind the quiet routine, something's wrong. Each night, Joe finishes dinner, settles into his recliner, and flips on the TV. He scrolls through the news. Watches a game. Then maybe an old movie. And by the time he shuffles to bed, it's nearly midnight. His wife is already asleep. And even if she wasn't, he wouldn't try anything. He doesn't feel the drive anymore. Not like he used to. But he tells himself, it's just part of getting older. The truth? It's not. You see, Joe's innocent habit, late-night screen time plus inactivity, is doing more damage than he realizes. When you sit for hours in front of a glowing screen every night, especially after 60, your body takes it as a cue to slow down, not just mentally, but hormonally. Your brain stops producing enough melatonin, the hormone that controls sleep. And when melatonin drops, testosterone follows. Yes, melatonin and testosterone are linked. They both follow the rhythm of your sleep cycle. Disrupt that rhythm, and the consequences pile up fast. Add to that sitting still for hours, which reduces circulation. Snacking on sugary or processed foods, which spikes insulin. Lack of physical intimacy, which signals the brain to reduce libido hormones. And suddenly, Joe's night isn't restful, it's hormonally toxic. But he doesn't feel the crash all at once. It shows up slowly. More fatigue in the mornings. A dull mood that lingers. A shrinking desire for connection. And that awkward silence when his wife reaches for him and he hesitates. He thinks he's just tired. But his body is whispering, I need help. So what can you do instead? Start simple. Cut screen time 1 hour before bed, turn off the TV, put down the phone. Replace it with a short evening walk, or even just sitting quietly with soft lighting. Read a book instead of scrolling. Make sure dinner is finished at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. And try adding magnesium or chamomile tea to calm the nervous system. It's not about perfection. It's about sending the right signal to your body. It's time to rest and restore. Because male vitality doesn't fade by accident. It gets drained slowly, quietly, by habits that feel normal. What's one small change you could make in your evening routine starting tonight? Let me know in the comments and read what other men are doing, too. You're not alone in this. And your comeback could start with just one night. Let's get real for a moment. This isn't just about feeling tired or getting older. There's real biology behind why your energy and your potency may be fading. And it starts with a hormone you've probably heard of: melatonin. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone. But it's more than that. It's also a master regulator of your body's circadian rhythm, your internal clock. Here's the part no one tells you. Melatonin doesn't just help you sleep. It also sets the stage for your body to produce testosterone while you rest. That's right, the majority of testosterone production happens at night, when melatonin is doing its job. But here's where modern life sabotages you. Every time you stare at a screen late at night, phone, tablet, TV, your eyes take in blue light. That light confuses your brain. It tells your body it's still daytime. Don't release melatonin yet. So melatonin production stalls. Your sleep becomes lighter, shorter, and less restorative. And without deep sleep, testosterone production drops. Now combine that with stress from doom-scrolling news, overeating after dark, zero movement in the evening hours, and years of this cycle. You've got the perfect storm for hormonal crash. And it shows up not just in the bedroom, but in your mood, your muscle tone, your drive, even your memory. It's not just aging. It's a broken rhythm. Let's use an analogy. Imagine your body is like a factory. Melatonin is the night shift manager. He comes in, dims the lights, and sets up the machines. Then testosterone arrives and starts production. But if melatonin never clocks in, the machines stay off. Testosterone doesn't show up. And the factory, your body, loses strength. So how do we fix the rhythm? 3 simple habits to restore hormonal balance. Create a sleep ritual. Same bedtime every night. Warm lighting in the evening. Devices off 60 minutes before sleep. Embrace natural light in the morning. Step outside within 30 minutes of waking. This resets your clock and boosts testosterone early. Support your brain with calming nutrients. Magnesium, L-theanine, chamomile, valerian root. These help melatonin work better naturally. You don't need expensive supplements or risky pills. You need rhythm. Because when your body knows it's safe, supported, and rested, it starts producing what it's meant to produce, including your strength, your vitality, and yes, your masculine edge. Carol folds the laundry in silence. The bedroom is quiet. The man she married, Joe, sits in the next room, watching TV. She hears the low hum of the sports channel. They still love each other. They still share meals, birthdays, morning coffee. But something between them has changed. They haven't been intimate in over a month. Not even a kiss that lingered. Not even a touch that said, "I want you." At first, she blamed herself. Maybe she wasn't attractive anymore. Maybe this is just how marriage feels after 60. But one night, she sat next to Joe on the couch. And she finally asked, "Are you okay? You seem gone." He looked down, paused, and whispered, "I don't feel like myself anymore." Here's the truth most men won't say, but women feel every day. It's not about the act. It's about the energy, the presence, the connection. It's about feeling wanted, seen, chosen even after decades together. Carol wasn't asking for fireworks. She just missed the spark. The flirt. The playful look across the room. And Joe? He missed it too. But he didn't know how to get it back. What neither of them realized was that Joe's body was quietly losing momentum. Not just in the bedroom, but in every part of his masculine identity. His confidence was lower. His motivation had dipped. His mood had darkened. His desire to initiate anything had faded. All because of a few quiet habits that drained his system over time. And Carol? She didn't want a superhero. She just wanted him, the man who used to reach for her hand at night, who smiled with mischief, who cared how she felt. She saw his struggle. But he felt ashamed to speak it. That's why this conversation matters. Because behind every man quietly slipping away, there may be someone watching. Someone who remembers who he used to be. And who misses that version of him more than anything. So if you're a man over 60, ask yourself, are you shutting down because of age? Or because of a daily routine that's dimming your light? The answer could change your relationship. Not just with your partner, but with yourself. Have you or someone you love gone through this kind of silent shift? Let's open up the conversation in the comments. Because your story could help someone else find their way back. Frank is 68. Widower. Former high school teacher. For years after his wife passed, he stopped caring about his own rhythm. He stayed up late, ate frozen meals, scrolled through his phone until he fell asleep. His body changed. His mind dulled. But the hardest part? He felt numb. Not sad. Not angry. Just nothing. One day, during a checkup, his doctor asked a question that caught him off guard. Frank, how's your sense of drive these days? Energy, motivation, libido? Frank hesitated. Then said the words out loud for the first time. It's like it's all gone. The doctor didn't hand him pills. Instead, she handed him a flashlight, metaphorically speaking. She said, your body still knows how to work. It just forgot when. Let's remind it. Frank took one suggestion seriously. Change your evenings. Start there. So he did. He turned off the TV at 9 p.m. sharp. Swapped frozen dinners for warm soups and grilled vegetables. Took a slow 10-minute walk after dinner, not for cardio, but for peace. Lit a candle in the evening instead of overhead lights. Read before bed, sometimes poetry, sometimes old journals. The first week? Not much changed. The second week? He started waking up without an alarm. He felt hungry again, not just for food, but for life. And then one morning, after shaving, he looked in the mirror and smiled. It was faint. But it was real. By week 3, something else returned. Desire. Desire to move. To connect. To flirt again, even if just with himself in the mirror. He didn't feel 20 again. He felt present. Alive. Clear. More like himself than he had in years. Now, every Thursday, Frank meets a woman named Lena at the local park. They walk. Talk about books. Laugh. Nothing serious, yet. But his eyes sparkle when he talks about her. And it all began when he reclaimed his nights. Here's the truth Frank discovered. Potency isn't just about hormones. It's about how you live. How you treat your evenings. How you let your body prepare for strength instead of surviving stress. You don't have to flip your entire life upside down. You just have to stop doing what's draining you and start doing what restores you. So if you've been feeling disconnected, weak, invisible, try this. Give your evenings back to yourself. Make them peaceful. Predictable. Sacred. Your body will notice. So will the people around you. By now, you understand how powerful and dangerous your evening habits can be. But screen time isn't the only quiet thief in the room. There are others. Less obvious. But just as damaging to your body, your mind, and your masculinity. Let's name them. 1. Evening alcohol. Many seniors enjoy a glass of wine to unwind. But alcohol, especially after dinner, does more harm than good. It suppresses REM sleep. It spikes blood sugar. And it reduces testosterone production overnight. Even one drink can disrupt your hormonal recovery. Swap it for warm water with lemon. Herbal tea, like rooibos or ashwagandha. A short gratitude journal session, far more calming than liquor. 2. Heavy late-night meals. Late dinners force your digestive system to work overtime when it should be resting. And poor digestion at night equals lower melatonin plus poor sleep equals lower testosterone. What to do instead? Eat your final meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Keep it light: grilled protein, leafy greens, lentils. Avoid sugar, fried food, spicy sauces, heavy starches. Give your body space to recover, not digest. 3. Emotional stimulation before bed. Watching dramatic news. Arguing online. Overthinking the past. These may not sound like physical dangers, but they flood your body with cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol blocks testosterone like a brick wall. If you go to bed angry, scared, or overwhelmed, your body spends the night in defense mode, not healing mode. What helps? Journaling your thoughts out of your head. Slow breathing exercises, 4-7-8 method. Listening to calming music or ambient nature sounds. 4. Overusing artificial light. Bright ceiling lights at 10 p.m. Phone screens inches from your face. Bathroom lights that feel like stadium beams. All of these confuse your internal clock. Your body thinks it's still daytime, so it delays melatonin, which delays testosterone. And the cycle continues. Tip: use warm, low lighting in the evening. Install dimmers, salt lamps, or motion sensor nightlights. Make your bedroom feel like a cave, cool, dark, quiet. 5. Emotional disconnection. This one's subtle, but it matters. When you go to bed disconnected from your partner, your feelings, or even yourself, your body feels unsafe. And unsafe bodies don't rest, they defend. Masculine energy thrives in peace, trust, connection. Even a short nightly ritual can help. A gentle touch. A shared prayer or memory. One simple question: what was the best part of your day? It's not about sex. It's about presence. So, what would a potency-friendly evening actually look like? Here's a sample ritual to try this week. 7 p.m. light dinner, no sugar, no heavy fats. 7:30 p.m. short walk, alone or with someone you love. 8 p.m. warm tea plus lights dimmed. 8:30 p.m. read, stretch, journal, or talk quietly. 9:30 p.m. devices off. 10 p.m. bedtime with intention. It sounds simple, but it speaks directly to your hormones, your nervous system, and your confidence. Because the goal isn't to chase youth. It's to reclaim your rhythm and with it, your strength. Your body hasn't forgotten how to produce power. It just needs permission to begin again. He stands in front of the mirror. Same man. Same gray hairs. Same deep-set eyes. But this time, his shoulders are back. His eyes sharper. And his breath steady. He didn't take a magic pill. He didn't join a gym. He didn't try to become someone else. He just changed his evening. And that changed everything. You see, what no one told us growing up is that masculinity after 60 doesn't fade. It just requires something different. It needs rhythm, respect, and sleep. It needs you to stop sabotaging your body every night and start nurturing it. Because male potency isn't only about intimacy. It's about how you walk into a room, how you speak to your partner, how alive you feel in your skin, how connected you are to your own energy. And all of that begins at night. So tonight, when the sun sets, and the world tells you to numb out in front of a screen, or pour a drink, or scroll until your eyes burn, choose differently. Dim the lights. Turn off the noise. Take a walk. Make a cup of tea. Breathe. Be still. Let your body know. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm ready. And in that space, You'll start to remember who you were and still are. You're not broken. You're not too old. You're not done. You're simply out of sync. But the good news? You can fix that one small habit at a time. Let's hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you're willing to change in your evening routine this week? Even if it's just turning off the TV 30 minutes earlier, it counts. Someone else may need to hear your story, too. And if this video gave you hope even a little, subscribe to Longevity Talks and join thousands of men rediscovering their power after 60. Because your strength was never lost. It was just waiting for you to come back. Tonight might be that night.